Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my very first technique build, or at least I think it is. It's got movement, right? And this is all thanks to my spirit animal, the Mantaray. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what that means. I mean, is it a physical manifestation of the spirit guiding you through life? Or is it just a fun way of letting people know they shouldn't talk to you at parties? This week's build all began when I first saw the Avengers Quinjet set and I thought, hey, that looks almost like a Mantaray. I'm gonna get that and remake it into a Mantaray. I then saw the price and I thought, you know what, this kinda also looks like a Mantaray. The main goal of this build was to have movable flappable wings, and how I got there is I started small like always, and I even made a sketch just to match the shape, and for all manner of purposes my pre-planning was on point. And like I said, the main goal here was just to have movable wings. Everything else was just extra cheese. I used 2 of these clip-ons to hang on the wings, and I might have used something else in the future, but it held up for the most part. And these triangles were pretty good to hide the gap between the wings and the main body. Now, I could lie to you and tell you I had an intellectual idea with the underbelly here, but not even I could believe I could trump that through. So I decided to simplify that shit down. I also found out I made the wings way too heavy. Every time I try to push one up, it'll just fall back down. But it's okay, I thinned that shit down, and now I had to figure out how to make the mechanism that will make the wings flap. And I struggled with this, but then a friend of mine came up with this scissoring idea, and it was brilliant. I don't know how she came up with it, nor did her wife. And it could have been a really elegant solution, but at the end I couldn't really get enough lift on the wings, so I had to figure out another way. And also the connection points here would fall off every 3rd or 4th flap. But the fault isn't entirely the mechanism. I mean, the wings were holding on for dear life by this 2x2 and a stick. So I had to put something in that was a little bit heavier, and this seemed to work. Now all I had to do was figure out how best to hide these puppet strings. And I played around with a few different shapes, but in the end I managed to find a simple solution that was both available and doable by a like me. And so here it is, about 1500 miles from what I first imagined. I mean, initially I wanted the Mantaray on top of a stick, kind of like the Quinjet is presented. But the flappable wings did take this build in a different direction, and I am noticing the fact that it is a simple square that the whole thing is on. I'm not saying I didn't do well on the decorations. I mean, this is my 3rd or 4th attempt of doing a sea bottom or sea coral, so I'm getting pretty sharp on that point, I'd say. But the fact that the whole thing is on a square is a sign of being in the early stages in your creative development. I don't know, man, I'm just talking bullshit now. And I'm sorry if I've been swearing so much in this episode. I try not to, but I've just been binge watching The Wire over the new year, and if you're offended, all I can really say is she.